The Southern Nevada Water Authority, well, they're taking care of what's in your glass. I hear people griping and complaining, but imagine what our water would be like without them. It is sourced from the Rocky Mountains, your mineral-rich tap water. Well, it's tested more than 300,000 times a year, which meets or surpasses the highest quality standards. It even meets, wait for it, more stringent requirements than bottled water. So cheers to that, Southern Nevada. Learn more about your tap water at snwa.com.
We all know that Vegas visitation has been down. So how is that impacting our entertainment industry? Could it be a boon for locals who want to catch a show on the cheap? Today in CityCast Las Vegas, I'm with Roger Jones, owner of VegasTickets.com, and he's going to give us an insider's look at the state of entertainment in Las Vegas. It's Wednesday, August 20th. I'm Sarah Lohman, and here's what Las Vegas is talking about. Roger, we all know that tourism in Vegas is down. How has that been affecting our shows here?
Well, good morning and thanks for having me.
Pleasure to have you here.
Yes, unfortunately, tourism is down and we all believe that's a temporary hiccup. But given the number of seats that are available for entertainment on a nightly basis in Las Vegas, what you're seeing are a lot more available inventory. And obviously, shows are having to adjust both from a price standpoint and a call to action for tourists and locals alike.
So what is that call to action? How are they reframing that?
So I think they're bundling. The entertainment properties here in town like to do bundling. So you'll see opportunities for locals from a restaurant and show opportunity to even on the casino side, they might do a call to action with some sort of a free play or a free spin and show tickets.
Are you seeing more locals snatching up these tickets and these like bundled deals?
The difficult thing about locals is that, Vegas, especially in the summer, is an opportunity for people to get away from the heat. And for those of us that are here every day, once you get home at night, it's like, okay, do I really want to get ready and go back out to the strip and go into a property?
Because it's still hot at night.
It is hot at night. And so even for us, when we have opportunities for our client base and we send out last minute opportunities through text or email, I get so many calls and replies from people like, oh, I'm home, I just had dinner, or we're going to jump in the pool tonight with the grandkids, those kind of things. So it's hard to get locals once they're home. Number one, especially for really extreme last minute, like in the last 2 to 4 hours before an event, when we have an opportunity to offer them. The other thing is that it's becoming more and more true with Las Vegas as it is in large metropolitan areas that have long histories of great entertainment as well as sightseeing opportunities. People always start to think about the show is always going to be here. There's, on a night-by-night basis, when you have a number of Cirque du Soleil shows and they all perform multiple times throughout the week, it's like, what is my draw to come down and see them on any given night? Because you always think, it's always going to be here. I'll always get to it. And so it's particularly difficult to get locals to come down to a show in that regard. So that's the second thing. And then I think the third thing is that there's still that old world mentality in Las Vegas that if I really want to go to something, I must know somebody who has a friend, who's got a brother, cousins, uncles.
The comps.
Yeah,
oh my gosh,
who can get me the comp. And that world is drastically changing in Las Vegas.
Wow. I mean, would you say this is a good time for locals to take advantage of these deals? Should we be a little bit more, should we get out of our houses at night, Roger? Is now the time?
Well, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm a firm believer. My wife is upset with us. We just got back into town late last night, and already Friday night we're going to the Las Vegas Aces game, and then Saturday night we're doing another concert, and then Sunday we're doing another sports event. So we're definitely now's the greatest time to get out for locals. I think that if you're willing to bear a little bit of the heat, there's certainly less traffic on the Strip from a foot standpoint, so you can be a little more nimble. I think the parking, the properties are making adjustments in parking and giving that free parking opportunities to locals. And so I think now's a great time.
You've been in the ticketing industry for over 25 years. So, what has all your years of experience taught you about the ebbs and flows of entertainment on the Strip?
Well, thanks for dating me a little bit there as far as
Sorry, I
age.
made it a little vague. People can
No,
guess.
that's okay. So I think in the history of being here, we've weathered a number of storms. And before we were here in Las Vegas full time, we had office locations in 3 other cities throughout the United States. But the biggest thing that I've learned from an entertainment standpoint is that people need an opportunity to get out. They need a release. And as easy it is to stay at home and on your couch and binge watch and just relax, getting out, there's still that excitement about, hey, I'm getting ready to go out. I'm putting on a jacket. I'm putting on that special dress. And, your significant other is getting dolled up for you. And we're going out and we're going to make a night of it. But when there's been economic setbacks or slowdowns, we've always encouraged fans to take advantage of discounts, take advantage of opportunities that may not always exist to them, especially locals. And we know that Vegas is constantly reinventing itself. The Chamber and the Convention and Visitors Bureau are out there fighting for every possible tourist that could want to travel from every corner of not only the United States, but throughout North America. And they're fighting for that. And those are our 2 biggest marketplaces with Canadian and Mexico travelers.
Yeah, and international travel has definitely been down.
Yeah, international travel is definitely down. Vegas continues, though, to reinvent itself. They're fighting for every possible tourist dollar that there is. And I'm very proud of what we do here from a marketing campaign standpoint, from an attraction standpoint, from an affordability standpoint. But it is not easy.
What are some trends that you're seeing in Vegas entertainment right now? Whether, what the shows, like any aspect of it.
Well, I think first and foremost, you're not going to see a lot of new shows opening. It's not the time to open a new show. It's not the time to experiment. So unless you're a tried and true brand, you are going to struggle. That being said, with no new shows opening, you have to recognize that in the 21 years that I've been here, Vegas has reinvented itself in that they've gone from shows like Foley's Bergère, Crazy Girls, La Femme, elaborate shows with costumes, to residencies as far as music standpoint. And so on any given night, you have 2, 3, and on special weekends, 4 Grammy Award winning artists performing throughout the city. So picking and choosing is difficult if you only have a fixed dollar amount from an entertainment standpoint. So that's the big trend, in that the transition from these legendary showroom shows with maitre d' seating and a handshake, or I know somebody to get me in, to ticketed residencies, and you have somebody who's here night after night after night that you could go and see. The big buzzword right now is obviously the Sphere.
Right.
And having somebody go into the Sphere is that experiential opportunity to see music is what they're transitioning to throughout the country. So Vegas is helping reinvent that as well, because when you go to the Sphere and you see the sights of the building, the interior structure on all the concourses, and then from that to I believe it's 160,000 or 165,000 speakers of various sizes throughout the building. That's been a big change. And
the seats vibrate.
The seats vibrate, and there's
like a roller coaster and an IMAX all together. Yeah.
Exactly. It's a roller coaster. It's IMAX. It's Disney. It's just all kinds of things. But if you think the average show, a legendary performer came to Las Vegas 12, 14 years ago, the MGM Grand Garden was the place. And if you saw an exclusive show, it was at the Old Joint at the Hard Rock. And now the transition is that an artist you saw here 12, 14 years ago that was at the MGM transitioned into T-Mobile. Now it's going to be Allegiant.
Right.
And I think in the very near future, you'll see them transition out of a stadium show at Allegiant to kind of get a residency at the Sphere.
Oh, interesting. Okay. I mean, I actually did. My first visit to the Sphere was for Anima's residency. A lot of people were talking about the Backstreet Boys residency. Do you think that we are going to continue on with residencies as the main way for our casinos and venues to make money?
Well, the residencies for artists, it's easy, right? They come to a place, they park their tush, and they can play every night. And certainly going back to when, Celine is the inventor of the residency show.
Yeah, Celine
And
Dion,
she lived here and she
Elvis.
commuted.
The modern
Well,
residency.
Okay, the modern residency. That's a great point. And by the way, the Westgate has a show that they put on recently in tribute to the Elvis
Roger, I was
residency.
there. It was
Yes.
incredible. I had such a good time. The audience came in costume. They were there playing their part. It was amazing. And yeah, I just saw that they're doing a series there now. I hope they
Yeah.
expanded it. It was a blast.
Yeah. And so to your point, and that was a great night. And to your point about the modern residency, Celine started it. But I think when an artist can come and park their tush for a few nights and say, hey, instead of me touring and the expense from an affordability standpoint, to tour is not cheap. And you're moving set, you're staging from city to city. It gets expensive. So as far as trying to keep the cost down, the residencies do help. Now you have to add to that, if I want a show ticket and I have to pay for a hotel and transportation in the city, then it's a little different. But the artists are asking you to come and see them. And their production value has gone up dramatically, though. We're going to make this an over-the-top production, so you really see the value in what we're asking you to pay for a ticket.
And I've seen that working. Both friends and influencers and celebrities that I follow on social media have been coming into town for the Beyonce show, have been coming in for the Backstreet Boys show, and, making it a thing, making it a weekend. And I know that's exactly the goal, too. Let me ask you a little bit about ticket resale, because I think that some people are worry about it, that they think it's a little shady, it's not to be trusted. What's your take on that?
So that's a great question. So people are trying to understand the ticket ecosystem. The availability of tickets to fans, and they're just on a day-to-day as an average fan to acquire a ticket to go see your favorite band changed dramatically. I could camp out. I could wait in line. I'd be the third in line. I'd get the third opportunity to buy a ticket at my local record store or at a casino here in town. No longer. Millions of people are sitting at home trying to buy tickets to go to a show. So you're seeing long wait times on online queues. The vast majority of brokering of tickets comes from a convenience, an on-demand service. The average fan who doesn't have the time to sit in front of their computer or back in the day, stand in line to go and buy a ticket, wanted a service. And so secondary ticketing was born out of two things: A, demand from people wanting convenience, and B, from true market value of supply and demand economics. Demand oftentimes will just naturally exceed supply. And that's where people look upon ticket resale as a bad thing, because they're like, look, at the prices of a ticket to go see a show, when you have to go on to X site, Y site, Z site, I just can't believe how expensive it is. But if people just understand that there is only X number of seats for their most popular artists, then you can understand how the prices are driven. So that's part of the secondary side. The other part of the secondary market side is what if you're an average fan and we live in a tourist city and you buy a ticket to see the hockey game here and you're coming to see your team and you live in Chicago where I grew up and you get snowed in the fall. Okay, now what do you do with your tickets? Well, you hopefully have the opportunity to go and pick from not only vegastickets.com, but several sites where you could contact them and say, hey, I'd like to sell my tickets. I can't get in town. If you don't have that right as a fan, then you're pushing transactional into the back alleys and dark, smoky rooms, and
Or
things
the guy
become
standing
shitty.
in front of the entrance.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or the
Being
guy
like,
standing
tickets,
out in
tickets,
front of the
tickets. Yeah.
entrance. Exactly. So you want to make it as flexible as possible. And the secondary market has really, the proliferation of the secondary market in the last 20 years has really helped that and bring to the forefront of somebody's mind that I have an opportunity to do something. I have options with my tickets. And so the vast majority of ticket resale professionals like myself throughout the country, we spend a great deal of time advocating for consumer rights. And consumer rights are a big part of the secondary market in that we want fans to have choices. We want them, we truly believe that when you pay for a ticket, you own the ticket and that you should have the right to do anything you want with a ticket. And interestingly enough, as we transition Vegas into a more of a sports city, on average, 40% of all tickets to sporting events sell below their initial sale price.
Yeah. I mean, and I know some people who have gotten some deals through ticket resale, even to shows like Beyonce, too. So it can work the other way.
It absolutely is.
So, what are some of your tips on getting the cheapest tickets with the best views?
So one of the mantras we have at Vegas Tickets here is where you sit matters. And so understanding we try to have a dialogue with the client. And I know everybody wants to move fast and efficient. And in that way, we try to have a fast and efficient conversation to understand what is really driving you to this event. Are you going because you want to sit in the closest possible seat? Are you sitting because I just want the cheapest seat to get in and just be there? Or do I want to be in a club section where I get waiter and waitress service on an aisle next to a bathroom? I'm going with mom and she's a little older than I am and she can't do a lot of stairs. Somebody recently spoke to me. I want to go see Paul McCartney at Allegiant and I want to go for the cheapest possible price. I'm like, then you're not going to see Sir Paul McCartney. When you sit where your budget is, you might as well just watch it on the video screen because you're not going to see him from there in a stadium. So we try to merge the intersection of when we talk to clients, what price are we working with? Where do you want to sit? What is our availability? And are you looking for the service that we provide? So when you put all those together, throw them in a blender, mix it up, we feel pretty confident that 99% of the time, not 100, we're realistic, 99% of the time, we're going to get you into the show and deliver the experience you want at the price you want.
Are there any long-running shows in Vegas that you feel are not to be missed? Or anything coming up, things that might be overlooked by locals, but like now is the time to go?
I think that there are a lot of shows that are undervalued in town and people look past them because there's a lot of marketing dollars being spent by the big boys and girls in town, but there's some amazing opportunities. The Brooklyn Bowl, great small venue, very intimate, where you can go and see a lot of rising stars. And every once in a while, they'll have that one show that was there. The band feels like I want to give back to my core fan group, and we're going to go play a small venue. The House of Blues, easy in and out at that property. Here in Vegas, you can go on weeknights, get away from weekends. They'll bring in a very nice mix of fans. I think that, so don't overlook the small ones. And if you live here locally, look at local casinos, both Stations. Stations is starting to do some more events. The M Resort during the summer will have some nice summer shows out at the pool. So don't miss out on those opportunities. And then from just my own love of the city, MGM Grand Garden Arena, recently remodeled, renumbered, just the ushers, the building. There's just an energy on event night in that building that's hard to replicate anywhere else. There's just this, it's just that feeling you walk in and like, think about who's been here, who's played here, who's fought here. And there's an energy that permeates through the hallways of that building. It's pretty amazing.
Roger, thank you so much. I really enjoyed this conversation.
Appreciate the opportunity. Look forward to the next time when we can talk about another facet of the industry.
That's all for today here in CityCast Las Vegas. Hey, if you enjoyed this show, send it to a friend. You can rate our show or leave us a review wherever you get your pods, and subscribe to our morning newsletter on our website. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more news from around the city. Take care.